Because, in the first place, television in our country as we know it tends to be highly simplistic. People are expected to give very, very simple answers to both simple and complex questions. Second, television tends to separate people from each other. It does not bring people together in any kind of face-to-face relationship.
The media go to the extremes. The media have a conception of what's interesting and dramatic. What's interesting and dramatic are people who are opposed to one another. So
we find on the international media there is virulent propaganda about Islam. We find that they are projecting Islam as though it is a religion of terror. It's a religion which does not want peace to prevail.
From the late 19th century, Tibet is the mysterious and forbidding destination of a steady stream of travelers from the industrialized world. One such traveler is a Russian adventuress and self-proclaimed telepath, Madame Helena Petrovna Blavatsky.
So you're doing what television likes to do. You're looking for conflict.
Said in television in this country as we know it, commercial television in this country demands, by the very nature of the structure, we're dealing here not with just technology, but with a whole social structure called television. It demands large audiences. No one needs to tell you how difficult it is for a quality program like this to stay on the air simply because it only gets a few 100,000 people as an audience, whereas you've got to have these days on a network something closer to 30 million audience, or it just doesn't even count. And I think that's a bit outrageous.
Many a times they pick up the black sheep amongst the Muslim community and they portray as though they are exemplary Muslims, indicating that Islam is a religion which encourages these wrong things.
Yeah, of course they do. I mean, people get very angry about the media, but after a while, this pragmatic attitude, it seems to be the one institution that you can't do anything about, with the First Amendment being this wonderful protection for everything. Then the media seem inviolable.
When we read the Oxford Dictionary, we find that according to the Oxford Dictionary, the definition of the word fundamentalist is given. It says that fundamentalist is a person who strictly adheres to the ancient doctrine of any religion. But when we refer to the latest edition of Oxford Dictionary, there's a slight change. It says that fundamentalist is a person who strictly adheres to any ancient doctrine of any religion, especially Islam.
In Madame Blavatsky's writings, the Aryans are the race of upward spiritual evolution, the race whose sign is the swastika. In Hitler's Mein Kampf, the meaning of the swastika to the Nazi party is made clear. In the swastika, he writes, we see the mission for the struggle for the victory of Aryan man.
And I think ultimately any religion, and certainly Christianity, depends on face-to-face encounter in some kind of a, what we call the church. People confessing their sins with each other, helping each other out, visiting the sick, helping the poor, in a community. And community is, and that's what I say in this book, the community is the essence of any viable and vital faith.
The ranks of the Hitler youth sing of their newfound faith. No evil priest can prevent us from feeling that we are the children of Hitler, away with incense and holy water. The swastika brings salvation on earth.
So Americans are always startled by what they perceive on the media and what they perceive when they have an opportunity to compare notes with other people.
People never do evil with as much enthusiasm and as completely as they do it with when they do it with religious conviction.
So the media present this sort of 10% at the two extremes as if it were the country, and the 90% in the middle just don't have those points of view.